Beautiful. So I was thinking I did have some things I wanted to speak with you about, but I also want to like leave time for spirit to come through. I realize we haven't done much channeling lately, so
Mhm.
that's kind of what I had in mind. Is there any questions that you had that you wanted answers to though before we start?
Mm, yeah, I do have a question.
Go for it.
Um, so I have went on an app to meet like mom friends. It's called Peanut. It's actually pretty cute. It's like a
Aw.
dating site for moms that
Aw.
you could just friend moms. And one person I connected with her, and she just honestly like emotionally dumped on me.
Mm,
And I'm just like, what the heck? Like, okay, like I just met you and you're literally like paragraphs of what's going on. And I noticed that this is the like one of the reasons why I'm afraid to have more friends, or I stick with just one friend
okay.
because
Let me
yeah.
come in. So she's emotionally dumping. Whenever, because I get low vibe too sometimes.
Hmm.
The what you're looking for, the green flag, is, hey, I'm actually feeling distressed right now, and I need to get this off my chest. But are you at a place capable of handling a lot of emotion right now? That is literally, maybe not word for word, but that's literally what I voice clipped to someone. And I waited for her response. She's like, honey, I'm actually in such alignment and so good. Yes, I'm here for you. That's a green flag, right? Because sometimes if it's your friend, you want to be there for them, right?
Yeah.
If it's that, oh, they're just having a bad day, I want to be there for them. If it's that person who just always has something,
But I don't know this person.
right? So notice it for the red flag that it is. I was giving you an example of the green flag. Even if you just met them, it was
Hmm.
like, "How are you?" Maybe you're talking a little bit, and they go, I'm actually kind of having a rough spot. And I just need to. I definitely need to like dump a little, but I don't know if you're in that kind of mindset or not. If they, because that's when they have empathy for you, and that's when they can see you.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I need to make a note for something else we got to cover. Okay. Um, so you don't need to be afraid of that because that's just not your friend. That person,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know that person's obviously not my friend, but I just like I don't like that. Like I feel like I'm always the person that becomes the ear. Um and like yeah, I just don't want to be just that friend.
Well, this is about, so I hear you loud and clear. This is the end of the stick you don't want, the end of the stick you do want.
Mhm.
So right now you're focusing on the end of the stick that you don't want, but good job for identifying like, okay, this is why I'm tentative. I need this solved. I'm just now going to show you what the side of the clip is that you want to focus on.
Mhm.
And essentially, it's about I'm willing to be seen. And hey, do you want to turn the cameras on or do you want it off? I don't care today. It's up to you.
Um I mean, would you like me to see you?
No, I'm just purely asking your preference right now.
No, it's fine. Yeah, no, we can keep it off.
Okay, okay. Um, so when you're not afraid to be seen, is when it's the fear of being seen and vulnerable, right?
Mhm.
That is your emotional availability limit. So you're attracting people who can't see you. So the fear is if I'm truly myself, what if I then get rejected? If I get rejected right now at the surface layer stuff, no big deal. I could brush it off. It's not a blow to my ego. It's not a blow to my newfound sense of self.
Mhm.
So instead it's safe to be seen for who I really am. It's safe to be seen for who I really am. And like one example of that is why Valentine's joining. Is when I did that, a new friend came in rapidly shortly after that, and we were just chatting, and she was like, "Okay, I hear you. So it sounds like you're needing to get out of your house." Even though I wasn't asking her to solve my problem, we were just like catching up because we haven't seen each other pre-COVID. And she's like, "Well, it sounds like you need to get out of your house." And I'm like, "Oh wow, that's funny. I didn't say anything about needing to go out, wanting to go out, but she heard me."
Mhm.
And in the moment, I felt vulnerable, right? It was like, oh my God. I was just pretty much letting her know that I feel like a fucking loner right now. And I'm like desperate for affection and connection and to get out,
Yeah.
right? Chris was a big blow for me. It took me a while to get over that. Like, you heard about my sexcapade rebounding. So
Mhm.
if had she, like when she said that though, I was like, oh shit, this person sees me and I didn't mean to express it. Okay, so another example, one of my lovers, I made a comment. I was like, actually, this is one of the best relationships of my life. Most men then would be like, oh, ha ha, because like I'm so beautiful, ha ha ha, I'm so good in bed. You are lucky to have me, you know?
Mhm.
But this man saw my pain in that one sentence. He came over and just hugged me and said, hey, if there's anything I could share with you, it's that relationships are supposed to feel as if you're at your favorite restaurant, picking from all your favorite dishes which one you want to eat that day. Do you see how that man saw me?
Yeah.
Do you see how that's like a whole level of like, fuck? I don't know how to word that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this one's actually kind of simple. You just want to do the affirmation of things like, okay, I'm ready to be seen for who I really am. I'm ready to feel good enough at the core of who I really am. I'm ready to feel good enough for companionship. I'm ready to feel good enough to be seen and heard and validated. And I'm ready to be there for other people. I'm ready to truly see who they really are. I'm ready to see who they truly are and like hear what they need, hear what they don't need.
Mhm.
I'm ready to experience relationships in a whole new way. I'm embarking on a new journey right now that involves a total overhaul of the type of relationships I attract into my life. I'm going to now allow myself to feel nurtured, to feel nourished, to also nurture and nourish others back in a way that's truly genuine, meeting core needs versus superficial stuff. I don't want to live life on the superficial stuff anymore. I want to live life at a deeper level of feeling and impacting and interacting with the world. I'm ready to interact in a way where I get to settle in home in my body, every muscle just relaxing day by day by day, even more, feeling good enough to the core of my being. Okay. From there, I want to say it's pretty much practice now.
What do
Does
you
that-
mean?
It's pretty much practice in terms of, right, the first time someone saw me, I was caught off guard. And I kind of like my shoulders clenched a little when the lady said, "Oh, so you're needing to get out." I like had a little bit of a jolt and had a little bit of like, "Oh my God." And I had a reaction of wanting to like cover my face. But then I like, I looked down, but then I looked back up at her and she was like, "It's okay. Sometimes we all get caught up in our own little rabbit holes."
Hmm.
Like, so it's practice, right? From there, it went from an old companion then to a little bit more intimate setting of the lover. And now it's enrolling over into friendships that are more day to day in my life versus the once a month kind of friend. And it's impacting my conversations I'm having with men now, right? I connected with an old flame. So believe it or not, my little sexcapades days are winding down.
Oh my gosh.
I'm focused on my boyfriend and husband right now. But with that, an old guy that we just randomly connected with, it was okay. I would love to get to know you. I was kind of bummed we didn't, connect when COVID hit. I guess I want to know where your mindset is, though. Is your mindset already predetermined towards your sow and your oats, or is your mind more geared for it'd be wonderful to meet the lady of my dreams? That's intimacy. That's being intimate with myself, being willing to state it out there, right?
Mhm.
What if he rejects me? Blah, blah, blah. And then I got an honest answer. Well, he gave me like two kind of vague, cocky, and funny ones, which a vague answer is an answer. but I wasn't afraid of that clarity of asking that question. Like, no, I'm not going down another rabbit hole like Chris. Like, where's your mindset? Where are you at? Like, okay, you're sowing your oats. Okay, well, this is where I'm more at. So do you see how it's literally just practice from there? And as you get more used to truly being seen, it's going to unfold in more and more friendships.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any other questions on that or anything else?
I mean, I have two other questions, but I feel like I rather get started so I can, if you want, we can leave it to the end.
Um, it's really up to you how you want the time spent. I think we could do it all. So go with your questions.
Okay. So, you talk about knowing when something is winding down, but how do you know when something is winding down?
A great question. So literally, you know this container is winding down.
Yes.
So you know it's winding down. And that's actually one of the topics I'm going to cover with you on in a little bit more detail about what needs you're getting met by me and where else you can get them met.
Hmm.
Um, but so this is obvious that this one's winding down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, when you're texting a guy who's new and at first you're talking every single day, right? One of my lovers, we were texting every single day. And then it kind of went down a couple times a week and then once a week. And now I kind of sent one after 14 days.
Oh, wow.
That's winding down. And that's where when you see it starting to wind down, you get to think of how do you want that need that person met. This is why it's not that relationships are transactional. Well, they are, but the transaction doesn't have to be cash.
Yeah.
The beauty of cash is that you can get someone's focus on you who's not necessarily in your immediate vicinity to put their focus on you. My skill set, right? Personal growth is my skill set. People who don't live by me, and actually, I don't even do it with my friends anymore. Um, okay, does that make sense? Why sometimes pure transactional are good sometimes?
Yeah. I could see that.
Okay, other times you're doing a transaction in the form of friendship, in the form of love, right? So I want someone to teach me how to cook vegan food. I either want to learn it by working at a vegan restaurant just to gain that skill set. I know I'm going to be paid absolutely shit, but I'm
Hmm.
not there for the money. I'm there for the skill set. Or I
Yeah.
want to learn it from someone who's vegan and cooks really good. But I would want that to be a more friend feel. Kelly, come over for dinner. Yeah, come hang out with.
Hmm.
I've decided that need I want met in a friend way. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because growing up, it's all about everyone's mindset. Some people would rather, no, I just want to call, get my recipes, and be done with them. I'm more, no, I kind of want that motherly figure who's looking out for me, teaching me how to cook right, like what I feel like I was missed out on growing up.
Mm, yeah.
So that's why being fully vulnerable, I'm fully willing to see myself, right? Because that can be, like, you could see how I'd feel. I could be embarrassed admitting that, right? I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to eat healthy. I know how to eat like frozen food.
Yeah.
That's vulnerable, but when you see yourself, right? Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
So that one though, when I met the person in town who it looks like it's starting up, they already admitted, hey, we're going to be moving. I don't know when yet, but that one you already see the sign, right? She's a season of my life. She's probably not going to be a lifetime.
Yeah. I can. Okay.
So sometimes you see it beforehand, but sometimes you see it just as it's dying out. So going back to the lover, he in particular met a little bit of a social need, not a heavy one at all. I would say it was more like an intention versus connection need. Um, but there was the sexual need. So now that I'm aware of that, I get to choose how do I want that met. And I don't want another casual one. It's nice to know I have a backup, right? The guy who just wants to sow his wild oats. I'm like, okay, I got a backup that if I really want it, I could get it. But I want to put my focus on my husband.
Yeah.
Okay. When friends stop returning phone calls as frequently, or like when here's a softer one for you. As I'm starting to do more and more of the diversifying my community and just being surrounded by more people influencing me, because that's
Hmm.
expansion, that's life. That's the point of life, to come down and be expanded by people. Um, I went over to one friend's house and I just realized, like, wow, you know what? I absolutely hate the music she plays. This is a sign that this is winding down. I probably won't be spending Friday evenings with her dancing at her house watching music because I absolutely fucking hate the music. But I love connecting with her when we go on hikes because she's an adventurous one. If I climb up a ledge, she'll climb up it. Sometimes she'll be the one to climb up and then I'll follow her. We're similar physical shape and we push each other. So does that make sense how sometimes just because you see the signs, it doesn't mean the whole relationship's over, but it's just a component of it?
Yeah, I was just thinking about one of my friendships. We used to talk all the time. Now, like, I can barely get this person on the phone. So I guess that is a sign that the relationship is winding down.
Yes, 100%. And it doesn't do much good to there is a sense of sometimes introspection is helpful. Like, did I do anything to help that one end? Because you could learn a lot. You're like, oh, you know what? I remember I said this and they were hurt and I didn't clarify it right then and there.
Yeah.
Next time I know, I'm going to ask that clarifying question. So here's a personal one. One of my old YouTube partners, there was one, they were like, man, what topics are we going to come up with? I was particularly stressed that day and I snapped a little. Well, you could write a post and ask your users what they want to know. They haven't said, no, I won't promote you, but they just keep going, we'll see if we could get it in the books.
Oh,
So that little bit of introspection was good because I went, you know what, that one day, Kelly, you felt your attitude. And that's a lesson I'm learning even with you. You felt your attitude and you didn't apologize right away. You felt your attitude and you saw their reaction to it more importantly, and you didn't fix it in the moment.
yeah.
Okay, but you don't want to beat yourself up for that. That introspection is good for that growth, right? Okay, here's how I can connect, how I can do more for my part for connecting for people. However, though, like it also just might not be a match anymore, right? They may have been a season in my life, not a lifetime,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Okay, does that answer your
Yep.
question?
It's very clear. I understand. But okay, so what about so friendships, they die down and then they kind of pick up again, so that that can happen as well,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. That's why you don't wanna take it hard. That's why I say just notice when something's ending because you don't wanna take it hard. You don't wanna make it mean something about you. You don't want a downward spiral. They don't like me. They don't love me anymore. You just wanna go, "Oh, well, that was the person I went hiking with. Oh, well, that was the person I had sex with. Oh, well, that was my workout buddy." And then it's bringing the focus back to you, which is the first one in that 3 secrets to happiness of what is your need. Because when you
Yeah.
understand what need of yours they were meeting, now you could go get it met without too much of a blip in your life.
Hmm. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, yeah, that's solid stuff.
That
Um,
is.
okay, are you ready to get a little more personal now for you? And you have one more question though, right?
I do.
Remember it. Can you remember it?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, because I want to go into my first point I wanted to talk to you about, and it was about outsourcing needs. So, how did your session go with Sarah?
Kelly,
Right.
oh my god. Oh my god.
I told you, I was like, she needs one.
She I don't know what the heck magic she did, but this is I a whole 30 minutes we dealt with 9 things. I loved it. I love that I can definitely get it's not as intimate as you, but I like that because it's kind of like I have stuff to do. Let's just clean this up and move on.
What other coach do you know would point you in the direction of their own replacement that's a fraction of the cost?
The one that just knows her value and knows that she'll get people and I will be back to her.
Yeah, I love you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Valentina, I would have recommended it to you too if you needed it. We're definitely not there. At some point, she'll be right for you, in which case, I will point you in her direction. So I'm not holding back or anything. Um, okay, but let's get a little deeper, Antoinette. So this is where, like, I'm so glad you did it. Well, in this container, so I can explain this to you. This is that outsourcing your needs. This is that, okay, what do I get out of Kelly? Because when you notice the sign of it ending, okay, like let me think what I get from Kelly. And some of it is sometimes it's a mood boost up, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, but considering how much you pay me, is that necessarily how you'd want to spend your time with me?
Like how she does it?
We both provide
Oh,
mood
yeah.
boost up.
Yes.
We both provide releasing old emotions. I
Mhm.
do it in an intimate way, and I do it in a way where I get to teach you life skills. She
Yes.
doesn't do the life skills part,
No.
but she does do the mood boost up and she does do the cleaning up of some old emotions. She's a hell of a lot cheaper than me.
Yeah.
So this is where you go, okay, what do I get from Kelly? Well, sometimes I get a mood boost from her. And if you, well, in a like a longer term container, it's is that how I want to spend my call with Kelly? Sometimes that will be a yes, right? Because there's sometimes I'll book a session with an old coach or an old therapist just for the I really just wanted to share this really good news with someone, and you're the only person who's going to know how much this means to me,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes you will want that.
Mhm.
And I'll be like, Kelly, screw your breakthrough price on your website. I want to talk to you. Fine, I'll pay you, but give me a better price, right? You okay? Does that make sense?
It does.
But sometimes it'll be, ah, you know what? As much as I actually don't want to spend my time, I hope I can get in alignment by the time I get to Kelly's call because I want to see whatever life skills she knows I need to learn. Okay, I know. I'll book a call with Sarah. I'll book a call with Concha. Oh, I'll. Does that make more sense now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because that's empowered living. That's empowered. That's becoming who you really are, embodying who you really are, and sharing who you really are. Because when you're
Mhm.
so in touch with your needs and can, I don't want to say micromanage with the negative connotation, but manage it, right? Because you're now aware you can't put all your needs in Sarah.
No.
But what you are aware is that you want to experience life with all the new skills you've gained before you go and grow your next round.
Mhm.
She can, okay, you got all of that. So yeah, because you see how that will prevent you from being disappointed about Sarah, or like it's just you recognize what she's good for and you could go to her. And isn't she cool? She lets you book one-off sessions too. Go her.
Yeah, I totally booked some like a package with her just because I liked that
Fuck
some
yeah.
like I didn't have to do anything. Like I literally just showed up and she was just like, "Do you want to know what this is connected to in your childhood?" I'm like, "Sure." And she's like, I went through 9 things. I'm like, I paid a package with her because I'm just like
Fucking
I,
good.
I just I just wanted it cleaned up. I don't gotta do crap for it. And it was such a good price. So
I did.
yeah,
I did like 9 sessions with her.
I did 9 too. Right after you, I have her. And I
Great.
think it's the perfect one. Like that's a perfect wind down from you to then go to her.
Right? It's a soft land.
Yeah, yeah. She works magic.
That's you pre-paving. That's you. I want a soft landing out of Kelly. I want, does
Mhm.
that all make sense?
Yeah, no, it definitely does. I need that segue, that landing strip out of your package.
Yeah, and, like and yeah, it's also just knowing that, like, I will probably I feel good right now, but if I ever need a tune-up, I will go book a 1 session with her. You know, if I ever just
Oh
allow
yeah.
myself to get out of whack, like, why would I
Yeah.
spend the 4 days meditating, working out, eating clean when I could just go get a session with her
Thank you.
and still
Thank
do the
you.
other stuff, you know? But, like, what if you
Mhm.
have a 3-day wind up with, like alright, you get all of that. Let's go to the next point. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Okay, so what you can learn from that experience with the potential new friend who emotionally dumped on you is, wow, you know what? I'm actually not looking for a friend to like commiserate over misery with. I'm not looking for a friend who I feel like I can share my low vibe stuff and feel not judged. I realize I'm recognizing I'm looking for friendships who we like somehow excite each other's lives more. Somehow we bring enjoyment to people's lives. That's how you get people who's a freaking vegan chef very open to like, I'm gonna go to the gym with her and get free personal training from a personal trainer and a booty yoga and trainer, and I'm gonna help cook with it. Like, what the heck? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I want to thrive and I want to be around people who are moving towards thrive because I'm ready to move to that new apartment building where it just looks nicer, where conversations are more pleasant, where random conversations bump up and expand your knowledge. So her husband is a physician. Unlike the doctor I dated, this guy loved sharing his nerdy knowledge, started talking about
Oh.
how to grow new neural pathways, and foods that help with that. And I was like, come on, wife, you're my friend. Teach me how to cook, you know?
Mhm.
Okay, that all makes sense. So now I want to go down to I BCC'd you on some emails.
Yeah.
That's the always be developing new relationships. I can't tell you that the way I did it is the 100% right way, but I can tell you this is the first time I've taken action to get motion there.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
I saw back-to-back emails. I'm like, "You go, Kelly."
I mean, how chill's my life? I get to watch a Capricorn video from a new tarot reader, and then I just reach out, knowing that eventually one of them will be the
Will
partner, you know?
be. Yes, and I did like that, and thank you so much for BCCing me in that because I never knew how to really start that conversation. It's honestly just that, like, there's really no like, it's just straightforward, like, "Hey, I wanna work with you. Let's see if this works."
Yeah. Because when you people who are successful are that clear. And some of my emails, if you notice, I think I copied you in a couple of them.
Yeah.
Valentina, if I thought you needed it, I would have copied you in it. And George is saying we'll get to that soon for you, so don't worry. Okay. But so my emails progressively got shorter even after that.
Yeah, I saw off with the last one, it was pretty short.
Yeah. I
My
wa
inner reading guide me to you. Boom, let's do this.
I watched their videos, got a sense of a vibe for them, right? So I custom tailored my resume. I didn't just send a blanket mass out because that doesn't work. I actually watched a full-on Capricorn video if I thought their video provided me value or an insight, and I thought they were good. And then I like did the hunt to find their contact info. And then I tailored my email to them. Some was just, I'm tired of doing business alone. It's all authentic. It's just you present the different sides of you that are appropriate for that. Okay, you got that, right?
Yes.
So it's literally, hey, I'm looking to grow my business. I think we might be a good fit. However you want to do it, but you kind of like, okay. From those emails though, I think I've sent a total of 6. I haven't heard back from anyone yet. It's only been a day though.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to do 1 to 3 of those a day, Monday through Friday. Well, Monday through Thursday. I do the farms on Friday now. But anyway, Monday through Thursday, just keeping up the new habit. 1 to 3 emails a day. Eventually they'll start responding because right, I don't check my business email every day.
Yeah.
If I send like 10, 14 of those and I don't hear back from anyone within a week, then I'm going to reevaluate, okay, universe, how else can I do this better? No matter what, it was my inspired action to reach out to them. Maybe they weren't my lifetime, but maybe they were my season. They getting me out of my stuck in stagnation I was in.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be connected with the people once I kind of refine my skill set, once I gain confidence, because like my people, my followers are engaging with the content I'm putting out now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I guess for like my own personal stuff is hold on. Is like when me sending out job applications.
It's
Would that
just
kind of be
it's
the same?
about that steady yes, it's about that steady, consistent action. I'm gonna take this steady, consistent action for a week to 2. I'm gonna evaluate my results. No matter what, I'm gonna keep taking action though, right? So you keep applying for a new job a day.
Hmm.
And because the goal isn't getting a job, the goal is I'm gonna find one solid good job a day that I like. I'm going to spend maybe 1 hour you set aside where I get to look at different ones. I'm going to ask my inner being, Monster, LinkedIn, Craigslist, that one. Okay, I'll spend time looking at it. Maybe I was just there to get a keyword for my resume. Maybe I was there to actually apply for one, but no matter what, you dedicate that time to it. And that consistent action is what's going to get you the result.
Of the new job.
Yes, energy first and then action, right? Because I'm not going to be getting any clients unless I get content out there.
Hmm.
Well, you can, but you'll get more. Well, how do I word that to you? You can get clients without putting content out. You can get a job without sending a resume out. But no matter what, there's going to be an action step that's inspired that you have to take. because you can't
Oh,
network your way into jobs, right? Maybe your inspired action is to call someone, you connect with them. They're like, wait, we need someone there. Girl, my employer like pays so much better than everyone else too. So you can like network your way in, but you see, you have to take that action of that call.
yeah, because every single job I've had was literally networking and I've gotten the job. So this is completely different of me actually putting the time in and filling out an application where I'm just like, why hasn't this thing just fallen into my lap?
Whenever you think that, that's how you know you're falling into the illusion of only energy. It's energy and action. And it's consistent action toward your desire. And I'm not talking about hustle, I'm not talking about grind, right?
Yeah.
Tell me for 30 minutes to an hour, spend your time there. You can get it done in 30 minutes. When I actually focused, I got 3 Instagram clips edited, and I got one up today. So it doesn't always take the 2 hours I blocked off, right? It might only take you 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You might go and
Mhm.
go, oh, I needed to read that description. That's all I needed. Close it off. And then the next day, oh, I need to call and connect with this old friend. Bada bing, bada boom. So, but it's that consistent action without any putting pressure on that action being the end goal action.
Yeah.
That's when you have conviction and a default belief that everything you want's coming in. I know it's coming in, so of course I'm gonna put a little effort towards it. Okay, you got that?
Yes.